Have you ever thought about what your name represents? It's not just a combination of letters or a familiar sound someone uses to grab your attention. Your name is an extension of yourself, a reflection of your essence, your choices, and what makes you unique. Now imagine this: somewhere, someone decided to write your name. Not in a notebook or in some random place, but on something carrying profound meaning, something you can't see or touch, yet you feel it, like a presence around you. Why did this happen? Why would someone choose your name out of so many others? Think about it. Could it just be a coincidence, or is there a greater reason, something connected to your story? This act might be more than it seems. It could be a call, an invisible message you haven't yet deciphered. Something is waiting to be revealed, something that could redefine what you know about yourself and the path you're on. If you're hearing this now, maybe it's not by chance. Perhaps, in some way, you're already connected to this truth. And what happens next could change everything. How many times have you felt like you're just surviving, as if the days blur together in an endless cycle? You wake up, go through your routine, face challenges, chase something that seems important, but deep down, it feels like something is missing. It's a subtle feeling, like a piece that doesn't fit, as if something invisible is blocking your way, keeping you stuck in the same place. And maybe you've even grown used to it, accepting it as part of life. But deep down, there's that uneasiness. A void that won't be filled, a question without an answer. Why does it feel like something is always missing? It's as if there's a space reserved for something greater, something that should be there but isn't. Now think about this: what if that emptiness isn't a mistake, but an invitation? A sign that your life is connected to something greater, something you haven't yet realized? What if you haven't seen it because you never looked for it? This act of someone writing your name, as enigmatic as it sounds, could be more than a coincidence. It could be a reminder that your story isn't as simple as it seems. Perhaps this name, your name, has been inscribed on something you don't yet understand but carries a purpose. It's not about who wrote it, but about why. It's a sign that something needs to change, a call for you to stop and reflect on what's truly happening. Are you living your life, or are you stuck in something that keeps you from seeing what's beyond? What you choose to do from this moment on could be the beginning of a profound transformation. And what if your name was written on something intangible, something you can't touch, see, or hear? Something that exists beyond what the eyes can perceive? Imagine that this mark isn't a coincidence but a silent message left for you, waiting for the right moment to be understood. Maybe you've ignored the signs until now, but they've always been there, like a persistent whisper amidst the noise of everyday life. Think of it as a silent intervention, a force working behind the scenes, guiding your steps even when everything seems out of control. It's a presence that removes obstacles from your path, opens doors you didn't even know were locked, and sometimes closes those that would have led you to the wrong place. This force doesn't need applause, it doesn't demand recognition, but there's one thing it does require: your permission. Because at its core, this connection is an invitation, not an imposition. It can act in your life, but only if you're willing to see beyond the surface, beyond the distractions that consume your days. It's like an invisible compass, pointing to a north you don't yet know. But for it to work, you need to stop, pay attention, and acknowledge one powerful truth: you are not alone. Imagine a force that guides you like someone who waits patiently, knowing that the moment you decide to look closely, everything can change. The stones in your path can be removed, the answers you've been seeking can begin to appear, and what once seemed impossible can become achievable. The question is, are you willing to take the first step? This force is ready to act, but it depends on you allowing it to be a part of your journey. Now imagine that, little by little, you begin to notice things you once overlooked. Small signs, coincidences that seem more than just chance. Maybe it's an unexpected opportunity, an intuition that arises at the right moment, or even a detour that leads you exactly where you need to be. For a moment, it feels like something is aligned, as if the universe is conspiring in your favor. But then, suddenly, everything stops. It's as if something invisible starts to resist, blocking your progress. You try to move, try to keep going, but you feel stuck, as if an invisible wall is standing between you and what you desire most. Frustration grows because you feel so close, yet at the same time, so far. This tension isn't just an external block, it's something internal as well. It's like there's a battle happening inside of you, a struggle between what you know you can achieve and the fear of trying, of failing, of not being enough. But the enemy is hard to identify. It has no face, no form. It's just a constant feeling that something, or someone, is holding you back. And while all of this happens, the figure who wrote your name continues waiting. Waiting for you to see what's really happening. Because even though they have all the power to help you, the truth is, the key to crossing this wall is in your hands. They can't act without your permission, without your conscious effort to face what's on the other side. The wall isn't indestructible, but it is real. And the more you ignore the signs, the more solid it becomes. The tension reaches a critical point. You know something needs to change, but the choice is entirely yours. It's time to decide. Will you continue letting this wall stand, or will you seek the strength to tear it down? The moment to act is coming, and it all depends on you. The moment has come when you can no longer ignore what lies ahead. The choice is now yours, and it's not simple, because it involves confronting everything you've been avoiding. You can continue living the way you always have, repeating the same patterns, ignoring the signs, accepting the feeling of being stuck and frustrated. But that means staying exactly where you are, with the same doubts and the same invisible walls blocking your path. Or you can decide that now is the time for something different. You can stop, look inside yourself, and accept that these signs are not coincidences. That there is something bigger, something deeper, trying to connect with you. But this choice requires courage, because letting go of everything that's familiar, even if it's limiting you, is never easy. The next step isn't complicated, but it is challenging. It's admitting that you don't need to have all the answers right now. It's accepting that there's something beyond what you can see, something waiting to guide you. To do this, you need to make space. You need to let go of old patterns, those beliefs that keep you trapped, and allow something new to enter your life. And this is the essence of the choice. Are you willing to leave behind what no longer works? Are you ready to challenge your own fears, question your certainties, and take that first step towards something unknown, but potentially transformative? This is the moment when everything can change. The force that wrote your name is waiting, but it can only act if you allow it. This is the critical decision, and the choice is entirely yours. Stay where you are, or open yourself to the unknown, accepting that there is more waiting for you than you ever imagined. Which path will you choose? What if I told you that the act of someone writing your name is more than just a simple gesture? It's a silent, yet powerful reminder that you matter. That your existence carries a unique meaning, a purpose waiting to be revealed. It's not about who wrote it or where it happened, but about what you will do with this discovery from now on. The wall you feel in front of you is not permanent. It is as solid as you believe it to be. And behind it is something you've always been looking for, a different future, a path that only you can walk. But crossing this wall requires a decision, to accept that there is more to your journey than what you can see right now. It's trusting that the signs that have appeared along the way have a purpose and that the next step depends on you. This decision isn't just about today. It's about the future you wish to build. Every choice you make shapes not only your present, but all the possibilities that await you. The force that wrote your name, that removed obstacles from your path and created opportunities, is here to help. But it can only act when you decide. So ask yourself, what are you waiting for? The future you want isn't far away. It's right in front of you, waiting for your action. It's not about perfection or certainty. It's about courage, the courage to choose the unknown, to open yourself to something bigger, and to take the first step. And here's the final truth, you are not alone. This gesture of someone writing your name is proof that you've been seen, recognized, and that there is a special path for you. But this path will only be revealed when you decide to cross the wall. And that decision starts now.